Tonight, many a holiday's been ruined by bad weather.
That's why you buy travel insurance when you go travelling.
This is like, the biggest thing that we've done.
Sadly, strong winds cancelled their flight.
I was stunned.
And a tough stance by their insurance company has really blown them away.
You think they're calling you a liar?
Yeah.
And roadside carnage.
Of course, if it wasn't malicious, just an accident, say, you'd understand.
Someone smashed Moses's motor.
See the front guard there.
Oh, puckaroo.
It's Puckaroo, yeah.
But the culprit, a very large culprit, has refused to cough up.
I always had to chase them.
And it's been, what, like 8 months now?
Yeah.
Plus, rat rage.
We get stuck into some super strong packaging.
I can't do it.
Kia ora, welcome to the show. Kiwis are taking to the skies like never before.
Last year alone, 2.6 million New Zealanders took a trip overseas.
But globetrotting isn't without risk, and happy memories can fade faster than a good tan when holidays go bad. Here's Anna.
When Mother Nature takes a turn for the worse, it can wreak havoc with people's lives. Homes destroyed, roads and highways are washed out, and travel plans thrown into disarray. Sometimes you can see when bad weather's on the way, but not always. That's why you buy travel insurance when you go travelling. It covers you for the unexpected and unforeseen. That's what the Buttars did. Lee and husband Steve spent a year saving hard for the trip of a lifetime, a cruise from Brisbane through the Pacific.
This is like, the biggest thing that we've done. Yeah, forever for me. So, yeah, no, it was pretty important.
The day the Buttars left their Cromwell home was a bit grey, but otherwise fine. They headed to Queenstown Airport and checked in for their flight to Brisbane. But then...
We'd been there for probably 2 hours and they started cancelling domestic flights due to wind. And there was a Melbourne, Brisbane and Sydney flight. So we all went through duty-free and stood in the big glass windows watching planes try to land.
Plane after plane swooping in and then taking off again. In the afternoon, their flight was cancelled due to high winds. Desperate to make it to Brisbane to catch the boat, the Buttars offered to drive to Dunedin, where planes were still taking off. But they were foiled once again, this time by a weather bomb that brought heavy rainfall, flooding, slips and road closures. They were cut off at Lawrence, forced to stay the night.
Well, it was about 3 a.m. when it was still raining. I started thinking, this is it. We're not going to make it.
The flight from Dunedin left without them, and missing the plane meant missing the boat. The cruise had set sail.
We'd had friends that took their holidays to come and house sit our dogs and have a holiday here, and so we just couldn't not go. This was our only opportunity to go, so we had to do something.
The family decided to use their flight credit and head to the much sunnier tropical paradise of Rarotonga. 5 days of sunshine and fun.
We did awesome stuff. We hired scooters and just explored every morning. We went somewhere different. It was brilliant. We went to one of their native fire shows at night.
And you did a bit of sunbathing, Steve, got a good tan.
Oh, yeah, I did actually.
But they'd had to fork out thousands last minute for a place to stay and some spending money. How much are you out of pocket?
About 4,300.
So when they got home, Lee decided to claim the lost cruise on her travel insurance.
I did it quite smartly when we got back because I didn't want to be sort of having it drag on forever. And it was probably 5 days after I lodged the claim, I had my first letter of decline.
The response from Covermore, the insurance company, included a news article about the weather.
I was stunned. I was absolutely stunned. For one, the link that they had used for New Zealand Herald, New Zealand Herald isn't very relevant in Central Otago. And then had a look that it was an actual link to their website, at which I've never been on before in my life either. Watched the weather forecast and saw that it was for heavy rain and snow, which wasn't even the reason that our flight was cancelled. It wasn't raining.
Yeah, there was no rain, there was no snow.
It was wind.
Lee's been accused of only buying the travel insurance once she knew bad weather was on the way. It's true the Buttars paid for their trip in stages, but not because of the weather.
We were saving to go on this trip, so we staggered everything. We did a deposit for the cruise, and then the full payment comes in, then we brought tickets, and then we brought our insurance.
Yeah. And we bought drinks packages for the boat. And
Yeah, the very last thing.
Their travel insurance was booked 3 days before they left. That was July the 18th. And Covermore says on that day, 3 hours before Lee bought the insurance, there was a mass media warning of severe weather on the way. They pointed the buttars to this article from the New Zealand Herald, a newspaper that's not even delivered to Cromwell.
How often do you guys read the New Zealand Herald?
We never do.
I've never read it in my life.
If we have a newspaper, if we know something's going to be in it, it's the Otago Daily Times. It's, yeah,
Where do you get your news from?
mainly the news at 6 o'clock at night.
Well, here's what happened on the 6 o'clock news the night before Lee booked her travel insurance.
And when we talk frost, yeah, easily below freezing to some inland spots, a little bit of cloud. With the
What about bad weather for Queenstown?
But a decent, dry-looking day.
Long range, weatherman Dan was predicting
We get the cold air wrapping behind it. That'll drop our snow level to maybe...
still no high wind warnings.
I honestly just thought, yeah, it was just a bit of a joke. This is really clawing at desperate measures not to, pay out on our claim.
We asked Covermore to take another look at its decision, and they told us media reports at the time simply demonstrate the storm was receiving media attention. The buttars should have realised that meant flight cancellations were a foreseeable event. But that seems really unfair. The bad weather that did arrive had nothing to do with the buttars' flight being cancelled. We went to Met Service, who told us there was no forewarning about the wind for inland Otago. No one could have known about this.
In fact, Met Service hadn't issued any weather warnings for inland Otago at the time Lee booked her travel, but it had made mention of possible bad weather in its long-range outlooks. Those are flexible, often uncertain predictions of what might happen in the days ahead. If this was foreseeable, not everyone saw it.
After all, Air New Zealand was still trying to fly that day. Lee reckons Covermore should explain why it didn't give the weather warning when she went to book online instead of waiting to blame her for not knowing a storm was coming.
I just think it's a really big call to make judging a person.
You think they're calling you a liar?
Yeah,
Well, they were, weren't they?
yeah.
Covermore says if the buttars aren't happy, they should appeal to the Ombudsman. They will.
Yeah, it baffles me that they, and just maybe hope people won't fight and they won't pay.
Just doesn't seem right, does it?
not at all.
It is important to remember that the buttars' travel woes began in Queenstown with high winds.
Now, we've double-checked with the Met Service and they forecasted heavy rain and snow, but that didn't occur. They tell us no one could have known about strong southerly winds and high gusts that affected flights because there was no forewarning about that for inland Otago.
Covermore maintained the flight cancellations had become a foreseeable event. They told us if we extend the comparison to the current fuel crisis, it's clear that while the majority of flights have continued to operate, others have been foreseeably cancelled. And it's for this reason that the event becomes non-coverable. Now, if you're struggling with that, they also sent a second analogy. Consider the circumstances a homeowner finds themselves in when bushfires break out or when they're surrounded by rising rivers during heavy rain. There's no foregone conclusion that the property will be damaged, but it is foreseeable and it's uninsurable from the start of the event.
Now, we struggle with the fact that Covermore is placing more emphasis on media reports than the actual Met Service forecast.
Ultimately, the Insurance Ombudsman will decide and we will let you know the result.
All right, coming up, have a break, have some oxygen. We're going to come back with the magnifying glass and we're going to go all Sherlock Holmes.
Where would Sherlock Holmes be without Dr. Watson?
Someone smashed Moses's motor.
See, the front guard there is
Oh, Puckaroo.
it's Puckaroo.
There was no note, but plenty of clues led to a supersized culprit.
I always had to chase them. They never call back.
And it's been, what, like 8 months now?
Yeah, it's 8 months already.
And the ultimate workout can be found in your pantry.
I can't do it.
What's going on with food packaging?
I get very frustrated.
In the brand new season,
I think my waters are broken.
Nurse!
they're searching for answers.
We're looking for these 3 men.
But do they really want the truth?
We've located 3 life jackets.
Where's Ike?
800 Words starts Wednesday, October 11 on 1.
Take a step back in time
Definitely the 50s.
to when fashion was timeless.
I'm going to put a seal with water coming out of its mouth.
A seal.
Irreversibly timeless.
It's a very bold and permanent choice.
Yes. There
Oh dear.
So tune your sets to brand new homemade Wednesday on One, then on demand.
I still don't know what I was waiting for, and my time was running wild, a million dead-end streets, and every time I thought I'd got it made, it seemed the taste was not so sweet. So I turned myself to face me, but I've never caught a glimpse. Changes turn and face the strange changes. Oh, look out, you rock and rollers. Changes turn and face the strange changes. Pretty soon you're gonna get older. Time may change me, but I can't trace time.
Sore throat? Feels like bacteria having a party. Try Strepsils Plus. It numbs the throat, plus helps kill bacteria with 2 antibacterial agents. Double action in 1 lozenge. Forget your sore throat pain with Strepsils Plus.
Just like her dad, little Annabelle loves the land. She's always been more fascinated by mowers and blowers than ponies and prams. So her dad decided to treat her with a trip to town and some new toys. But when they dropped into Still Shop, there were such good deals in store that he picked up a few toys for himself instead. But he let Annabelle help put them in the shed. To help you love your land, Still Shop has taken the GST off selected Still, Massport and Rover products. Because loving your land shouldn't be a tax. Still Shop. Love your land.
Grow them for fun. Grow them to learn. Grow them for the butterflies and bees. Grow them for food. Ooh, get a free little garden seedling kit with every $40 you spend at New World.
Foo Fighters Live. February 3rd at Mount Smart Stadium. With special guest Weezer. On sale now.
It's just how we do things around here.
The nationwide Jeep sale is now on. Just $29,990 for the adventurous Jeep Renegade, $44,990 for the luxurious Jeep Cherokee, or $69,990 for the powerful Jeep Grand Cherokee. Contact your Jeep dealer today.
With the new Kiwi Bank home loan, you get to go here, and you join a bank whose profits stay and held here. That's right, a new Kiwi Bank home loan will take you here to Samoa for 5 nights, while your bank gets behind dock here. You go here, here, or even here. And your bank helps teach kids about money here. So whether it's your first home or you're switching, get the home loan that's good for New Zealand and get a holiday that's good for you.
Welcome back. It's time to tip our hat to Citizen Detective.
There's nothing more frustrating than, parking your car, popping into the shops and discovering it's been dinged, dented or damaged by some wingnut while you're away.
And most of us take it on the chin, but there are a select few who see this as a chance to go all CSI. Here's Garth.
Is there anything more annoying than someone wrecking your stuff, crashing your prized possession, leaving you with a mess and a mystery? Wouldn't you love to know who done it?
Of course, if it wasn't malicious, just an accident, say, you'd probably understand. You'd hope they'd do the decent thing, though, and leave you a note. Because if it's a hit and run, it can be a real whodunit.
To solve it, you'd need to do some detective work. This seems a little ridiculous, but the game is afoot, as they say.
Where would Sherlock Holmes be without Dr. Watson?
I'll leave you to work out who's really in charge here.
CSI Onehunga Styles.
Moses Parker has been investigating a car crash, and his game is strong.
OK, Moses, walk me through it.
Exhibit A, Moses' second-hand Audi.
This is the vehicle?
Yeah.
What's the problem exactly?
Well, as you can see, the front guard is
Puckaroo.
It's puckaroo, yeah, more or less.
Completely puckaroo, basically, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's stuffed.
The car had been parked legally outside his house in Onehunga, just up from the bus stop. A stop that's often blocked by others parking there illegally.
What happened? The bus hit me a couple of weeks before Christmas.
Were you all right?
I was inside the house at the time.
It's the best place to be if you're going to be in a bus crash.
We're getting ahead of ourselves. Moses didn't see what happened. He had little to go on. There was no note, but there were clues.
Of course, the bus lanes I found there also, right next to it.
The lens from their light?
From their height, yeah. It was right there with all the debris that was there.
Moses got to work, collecting evidence.
Took it up the road, and I sort of measured it with the bus. But it's exactly.
Moses was building a case.
That was my investigation also. The wheel nuts, they were extruding out a lot further than normally.
And that seemed to be about the same height as the scratches?
They were exactly the same height.
You measured it and all that?
Yeah, measured it.
There were hot leads and setbacks.
We had a witness right on the spot.
You had a witness?
Well, I had a witness, so I'd gone to China.
Yep, gone back to China. No reply.
Yeah.
Moses worked out the bus had to be from Go Bus. They operate this route and hundreds of others.
So when you went to the bus company, what did they say?
They said they'll look into it.
He says he called in just before Christmas, 2.5 weeks after the praying. Go Bus staff took copies of his photos. Go Bus told us it has no record of that complaint.
They never called, so I waited for weeks. So I went back there again. I said the same thing, spoke to a different person. I told them what I was there earlier. And they said to me, oh, well, they'll look into it again.
Have they ever called you, or have you always had to chase them?
I always had to chase them. They never called back.
And it's been, what, like 8 months now?
Yeah, it's 8 months already.
Of course, if he'd been insured, none of this running around would have been necessary. But Moses had let the insurance lapse on this car. He was about to sell it when the accident happened.
Put you back a bit, eh?
A lot. I mean, a lot, yeah.
Can't sell this, can you?
No, I couldn't sell it just now.
This wouldn't be the coldest case, but to crack it, we needed that witness. A few texts, and what do you know? He was back from his travels.
We're going to call you Secret Witness A. Does that sound right? So you were on the bus that day?
Yes, I am.
It was pretty clear that the bus actually hit this car then?
Yes.
Didn't leave a note?
No.
Secret Witness A put his name to a statement.
Just anywhere underneath there, you can sign underneath and put a date.
And we put that to Go Bus with his details. And a simple question, where was the note? The one the driver should have left Moses. Because leaving a note is more than just doing the decent thing, it's the law. The Land Transport Act, Section 22 to be precise. It's a driver's duty to report a prang involving a parked car unless they have a reasonable excuse, like they were injured or arrested. They have 48 hours to contact the owner with their name, address, where it happened, and the rego of the vehicle involved. If they can't reach the owner, they have another 12 hours to tell police. They don't have to say whose fault it was, but reporting it is a must, not a maybe. The fine can be up to $5,000 if police choose to prosecute.
Go Bus has got the message. It's reminded its staff to complete an accident reporting card and leave it under the window of any damaged vehicle. And Go Bus also left us a note in the email inbox.
We're sorry Moses' car was damaged by one of our buses. We also regret his difficulty getting his insurance claim sorted, which in summary has been due to a communication breakdown. He added confusion about dates led to the insurance company closing the file prematurely.
It's been a very stressing time.
For Moses, this is now case closed. Exhibit A is headed to the panel beater and he won't be seeing the bill.
Well, I'm glad that FairGo got involved, put it that way.
Now, that is a good result, but I am a little bit alarmed about the perfectly good car that Garth was trashing.
Oh, yeah, I can help you there. Good question, but no need to worry, because we can thank our friends at the Broken Car Collection Company. They let Garth go all crazy on the car because it was about to go into the crusher.
That is good to know. Right, it is time to talk couriers, because if we had $1 for every gripe we get about couriers, well, let's just say I would not be standing here right now.
Where would you be?
I would be on a tropical island somewhere.
I would be jealous of that. They're a constant source of consumer grumble, so we thought we'd move from, like, the bottom of the cliff to the top and show you how to complain the right way.
This is Brad.
My friends call me B-Rad.
He's got a complaint about a courier.
Uh-huh.
Because recently Brad bought 6 glasses online.
Wine glasses. Chardonnay.
They got delivered to his home and Brad signed for the parcel. But when he opened it, he saw one glass was cracked.
Right down the side.
And that made Brad sad.
What can I do?
Well, Well, Brad, you've got a few options. First, take photos of the damage, make a note of the time and date of the delivery, and keep a hold of the packaging. You need to talk to the courier company involved, but act quickly. Many companies ask for claims to be made within 7 days.
I'd best get onto it.
It's also worth contacting the company or person you bought the glasses from. In some cases, they'll send out a replacement. If you can't resolve your problem, you might be able to take a claim to the Disputes Tribunal. It deals with claims of up to $20,000 and hears cases on almost anything.
Sounds expensive.
You do have to pay a small fee to use it, in your case, about $45. So, Brad, it really depends how much those glasses are worth.
Yeah, you're right.
And Brad, next time, check the goods before you sign for them. If they're not right, don't accept them. Make sense, Brad? Well, let's toast to that then.
Can I just say thank you? I learnt a lot.
You're welcome. Next week, we're going to turn our attention to online shopping.
Yes, I've had a few issues there. Right, coming up after the break, we get to grips with some real tough packaging.
It's the ultimate kitchen workout.
I can't do it.
When did scissors and knives become mandatory to open everyday packaging?
Rat rage really is a thing.
I get very frustrated.
That's a disgrace. I mean, that isn't even good, is it?
Don't worry, we've got the good stuff right here tonight.
Is this going on TV?
It sure is, young man. After Highway Cops, it's back to nature in new Criminal Minds.
Flushing people out of terrain like this is tough.
And haunted by a killer past in new Beyond Borders.
It's the one that got away. Only this time, we're gonna be there to stop him.
He's killed again. How's it?
It's as if he knew we were coming.
Monday steps up the drama, next on One.
Chanui biscuits taste great because we use top quality ingredients. And what's more, they've been scientifically tested by our team of experts.
It's yum.
Chanui biscuits, scientifically proven to be the best tasting biscuits in New Zealand.
Get those other bits all mixed in. You're right. Here's the milk. Do you need a hand with that?
I can do it.
Whoops.
Ajax Spray and Wipe. Perfect for life's lovely messes.
So some of you have asthma, right? How is it these days?
Up and down.
Yeah, I still get caught out.
Definitely could be better.
Well, check out Brio. It's a bit of a breakthrough in the way asthma's treated. You take Brio once a day, you could be symptom-free for 24 hours. Simply open, inhale once a day, close. A counter shows the doses left. What do you reckon?
Just what I need.
And less symptoms.
Once a day is great.
Ask your doctor if Brio's right for you. It's fully funded.
Get ready for summer sports with the latest new season gear at Rebel. New season cricket equipment, clothing and shoes are out now. These Kookaburra Pro 400 helmets are now $47. Up your game with the latest New Balance men's Phantom Force tees. And the Tundra Extreme 7-person Discovery family tent is now half price. Shop Lana's picks of the season in-store or at rebelsport.co.nz. No one's got more sports gear than Rebel Sports.
Now's the time to get the family into the new 2.2-litre all-wheel drive diesel Sorento SX at an incredible $48,990. Ride on 18-inch alloys with push-button start, sat-nav and the safety of a reversing camera and LED daytime running lights. And you'll get the family in with 7 leather seats, plus get 3 years free service, 5-star safety rating and Kia's 5-year transferable warranty program. The new Kia Sorento SX. Visit your Kia dealer today.
Look more youthful with new volume-filling pearls from Nivea. Each volume-filling pearl is combined with highly effective hyaluronic acid, freshly activated to help visibly increase skin volume. For visibly fuller, firmer, younger-looking skin. Try new cellular volume-filling pearls and combine with the cellular anti-age day cream.
The Kitchen Things Meal sale is on now. Save up to 16% on selected cooking appliance packages from New Zealand's largest retailer of premium Miele appliances. Visit our Miele trained specialists in-store and save up to 16% on selected cooking packages at Kitchen Things.
G'day, Graham Rose from Window Treatments. New to New Zealand, Mystique, a curtain and blind in one. More stylish innovation from Window Treatments. For a free, no obligation quote, just click on windowtreatments.co.nz.
Here's what's coming up next on One. A runaway teenager gives police the runaround in Taihape on highway cops. Then it's back-to-back crime, starting at 8:30 with a manhunt for a madman on Criminal Minds. And later they're haunted by a killer past on the new season of Criminal Minds Beyond Borders. Plus, if you're yet to watch The Replacement, catch every heart-stopping moment now on demand. It's a night of crime with TVNZ.
Welcome back. In the battle to open modern-day packaging, more and more of us are being forced to arm ourselves with scissors and knives.
Yes, tell me about it. Unless you were born with the strength of Conan the Barbarian or the sharp claws of Cruella de Vil, it's a lady with the Dalmatians, or stole the Dalmatians, it is almost impossible to avoid a trip to the A&E ward. Maybe,
You might be exaggerating a bit there, but rat rage is a very real thing.
I can't do it.
The FairGo Frustrated Openers Society is 3 strong.
God save us. You go like that and I don't. I get very frustrated.
There's Bob, former detective.
That one's been damaged during an arrest.
I've milked a lot of cows.
Joyce milked cows 20 years, and Irene handled money and goods in retail. They're all coming out of retirement today to open things for us.
Jam jars, you see, we haven't got the twist.
I get very, yeah, no, I won't use that word, but I do.
Will you turn it off so I can swear? Yeah, I am. I think I'm even-tempered. But when I get wild, it's the Irish and comes out of me.
She stamps
Sorry.
her foot when she gets wild.
No, I throw things.
Item 1, proper crisps. Made in Nelson, good chips, but sometimes hard to open. Bob was first. Joyce wrestled with hers. Irene persevered.
I'm going to see if there's any instructions.
It was quite a fight.
Oh!
Next is milk.
I get totally frustrated.
Bob struggles with milk.
I have a pair of pliers, which I just use to whip the top off the milk.
Not today, he's first.
Now you see, my hands must be terrible.
She has no trouble with the crackers.
I can't get these stupid things.
Joyce, on the other hand...
I did it. I'm good with G&T.
The peanut butter was smooth.
Whoa! How did you do that?
Bob doesn't use spices. He cooks with...
salt.
I'm glad I'm not living with you.
But he could open them.
They had nice little pull tabs.
Yogurt was more of a problem. Cat food took some time.
Your cat's not going to eat tonight.
Not so fast, Bob. Then there's this.
Oh, no.
Dishwashing powder. It just about broke Joyce.
I'll wet my pants.
And food producers listen up because their openers say they buy based on packaging.
I don't buy things that I know I'm going to have hassles with. I already splashed myself with.
Bob especially liked the milk.
These were easier to get open. I'll probably buy them next time I go to the supermarket. It's a frustrating waste of time, but then you turn around yourself and say, well, I am a geriatric.
Oh, no.
We finish with something they've never heard of.
What are they?
It's a chubba chups.
Call them what? Cheddar chops.
Nearly, Bob.
Chopper chops.
Chapper chips.
It's their first ever.
After this experience, I don't think I'll buy them.
If they can just open them.
And they're quite nice, but I still wouldn't buy them.
Then they may enjoy them.
They're all right.
Philippa Tony Wetzel.
Sounds serious.
You know how you think you're better than me at everything?
Maybe,
You mostly have been so far. I bet you can't open this by the time I read the responses from the company.
Okay,
You up for it?
you're on, you're
All right.
on.
On your marks, get set, go. We contacted all the companies involved. Greggs, they're the manufacturers of oregano spice, say we are always looking at ways to better design our products. Proper Crisps tell us they have a good seal on the bags to keep the flavour and crispness in, and they've started to put a serrated cut along the top to make it easier. Collective Yogurts say the ease of opening is something we're continually trying to improve. We offer a range of different packaging formats to suit different customers and occasions. Whiskers Cat Food say being able to open their dinner package comparatively easy is very important. And they did a review of their packaging to make it easier to open last year. And Waddies tell us the type of opener can make a real difference. And our can specialists suggest horizontal openers are best, And Watties are sending our panel a couple of top opening openers to try out. Good luck to them. You've not only opened it, you've halfway through it.
I've finished it. They aren't easy to open, though, these, I have to say. Now, before we go, can I just say well done to all parents, teachers and kids who've embraced this year's Kids Ad Awards.
Oh, yes. We've received, get this, over 200 entries. And thanks again to Canon for those fabulous prizes. The winners will be announced at the end of next month. Good luck to everyone.
Exciting. Yes, that is the show, but we will be on Facebook for the next half hour to answer your questions.
As always, the program is called FairGo, so if you feel like you're not getting a FairGo, please do contact us.
You can join us on Facebook or you can email us fairgo@tvnz.co.nz or write to us private bag 92038 Auckland 1142.
That's our show. Until next week,
Pomare.